What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to tonight's show. We're going to have a little look back really quickly at last night's 6-1 whooping of Leeds before we get stuck into the transfer window. And I will give you guys a roundup of today's newspapers and tell you who we've been linked with and ask you, as always, to give me your opinions. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. As you can see, top corner, we've just ticked to 169,000 subs. Means the world to us that you continue to support us. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, please do. So let's get into last night. Firstly, let me just say to all the naysayers out there, all the people who like to mock us when we get a win and celebrate it, isn't this what fandom is all about? Isn't this what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to be like antichrists, like lunatics when we lose, and then we're supposed to be happy and over the top when we win. This is the way this works. So don't let anybody rain in your parade. Last night was a poor Leeds, but we showed mettle, we showed bottle, because when we went to 2-1 at the start of that second half, we could have easily shaken, we could have easily started to wobble a little bit, but we didn't. We dug in, we kept doing the right things, and we got the results, and we absolutely trounced Leeds, and I'm here for it, and I enjoyed every moment of it, and I'm sure you did as well. Diogo Jota had one hell of a difference of a game. First 30 minutes gave the ball away somewhere between 11 and 15 times, depending on who you believe, but ultimately gave it away a lot. Came back into it though, set up the goal for Mohamed Salah, and then had a tremendous second half where he scored a couple himself. Curtis Jones, I thought, was absolutely exceptional, although I did read some people in the comments just writing Jones off to say he was crap last night. I don't know what game those people were watching, but the game I was watching in this world, in reality, Curtis Jones was brilliant, and he set that counter press, and he was a huge part of why we were so good. Add to that, obviously, Trent's new role, which is a stroke of genius, it looks like, from Jurgen Klopp, and the return of Lucho, and you can start to get some positivity. Jurgen Klopp even feels like we have turned a corner now, but the proof of the pudding is always in the eating, so let's wait and see how we finish the season. With that in mind, though, let's have a look to the summer transfer window. First thing I want to bring to you guys today is a little bit of a strange story coming from Holland that says Jurien Timber's girlfriend has been house shopping in Liverpool. Not Manchester, Liverpool. Interesting. Now, I have no idea if Liverpool are really interested in signing Jurien Timber, but we do know we're looking to bring in a centre back. So let me know your thoughts. I'm sure a lot of you, probably like myself, have thought maybe Manchester United for him, but that never materialised. And here we are in need of a centre back, so wouldn't say no. But there are other options like Ndika. It looks like the one that we all want, the Croatian that could win us a Champions League. Because remember, you have to have a Croatian in your squad to win the Champions League. It looks like he might be a little too rich for our blood, so maybe we're turning our attentions elsewhere. I love this stuff. I can't lie to you. I love it. Even if I don't know anything about it, I just love reading up on it. I love dreaming about the signings. I love the whole transfer window thing. I can't lie. But there is a story coming out of, or I was going to say Spain, coming out of Italy today that suggests that Liverpool are going to make a double swoop. One for Nicolo Barella, which I'm sure you will all join me in saying please, 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 please. And secondly, for Alexis McAllister. Now, both of these make sense. I will say that as much as I am a fan of Barella, it always makes me nervous when you think about bringing a player from Serie A to the Premier League. But that being said, I have seen enough of this kid to feel like if the money's right, and it looks like about £50 million will be the number, why not? 26 years of age, right at the, I suppose, the threshold of what we would consider with bringing in a player. But we do need somebody for the here and now, as well as players who can progress under Jurgen Klopp's tutelage as well. So really happy to see that link to Barella. Alexis McAllister, that really seems to have gathered pace over the past day or so. We know that Moses Caicedo is a player that Liverpool, Arsenal and other clubs are looking at, but he also signed a new contract, which is, in my opinion, again, a very strange decision for a player that publicly wanted to move away. So we know that he's signed on at Brighton, and I don't know if they'll be willing to do business on two players in one window. So maybe Alexis McAllister, Liverpool look at as the more achievable target. Again, I wouldn't say no, but I would want to get him for the right price. £60 million for me seems a little bit high. The kid's ceiling is really high. Obviously, he's won a World Cup. He's shown what he can do in the Premier League. And he looks like he has a bit of fight about him. And again, he looks like somebody you could see in a Jurgen Klopp system. So I'm not against it. I just think we need to be a little bit careful about the numbers that are being thrown around. Neil Jones has been speaking on a rival channel, but we won't talk about that. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. And he's been saying that Liverpool's list of potential midfield signings are Mason Mount, Alexis McAllister, Moses Caicedo, Mateus Nunes, Ryan Gravenberch, Toyn Coop Miners, and Florentino Luis. Now, Florentino Luis is not somebody I've any knowledge of in any way, shape, or form. So I'll be looking for you guys to give me a bit of a clue in on that one. But the other names on the list are pretty common sense. But one name excluded from this list, and I don't know if it's by accident or if he's covered in the and many others, but Conor Gallagher's name isn't on that list, and he's somebody that Chelsea, I think, will be willing to do business on, although I don't want him at Liverpool. But on that list, if we're working off the names there that Neil Jones has said, Mason Mount looks like he wants Liverpool. It looks like Liverpool wants him. There are some stories, again, kind of counterintuitive to what we're talking about, because Ryan Gravenberch and Mason Mount are two players that one day I'll read a story that said they're willing to leave their clubs, the clubs are willing to do business. Then the next day I'll read another story that says they're absolutely ruling out it and Mason Mount is in talks over a new deal. And then you've got Ryan Gravenberch and Bayern Munich just not wanting to do business. So I don't know what to believe on that one. I do think it gets a bit embarrassing if we get to a stage where Arlian Tchouameni was a target. We miss out on him. He went to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham, a target. It seems we've walked away from that. That's number 2 on the list. If Mason Mount and Ryan Gravenberch are other ones and we potentially miss out on them, I think we start to look very foolish as a club. But then again, they could well move. That's the joy of this window. One article will tell you that Ryan Gravenberch is going nowhere. Bayern Munich, Thomas Tuchel on the board have no interest in selling him. And then you'll get another article that said 25 million will get the job done. Who to believe? I don't know. But we do need to bring in signings. So let's hope somebody is telling the truth and we get these signings over the line. I'm really interested, though, to get your thoughts on what we can do with Trent next season. Will teams figure out this little double pivot that Klopp has instilled in our midfield with himself going in the dual role as a 6 and sort of a right back? Or are we just relying too much on Konate to make that work? If Konate was out, could Joe Gomez slip in and fulfill that role? I think he potentially could, but he wouldn't do it as good as Konate, who in my opinion is just getting better and better and better. And yes, I know we made a mistake last night, but it's how you react to mistakes. And I thought that Ibu was absolutely sensational in how he just shook that off and carried on with the game yesterday. So I want to know, who do you think is realistic and how much money do you think Liverpool will actually have to spend? This is going to be back and forth a lot over the next month or two. But it does feel like Liverpool are certainly aware that we need to get this window absolutely spot on. And I'm intrigued as well because for all the talk of us walking away from Jude Bellingham, I'm not really seeing any of the due to announce his future stuff. Remember? Just before we walked away, there was 3-4 articles I can think of suggested suggested that he was about to just unveil who he was going to. And now all of a sudden, when we've walked away, it's gone very quiet. So let me know, who do you think is realistic? Who would you like to see? For me, if you gave me a summer of Alexis McAllister, Mason Mount and Nicolo Barella, I am absolutely cock-a-hoop with that and very optimistic about next season. Let me know your preferred players, and again, this will be an ongoing thing, so let's have a bit of fun with it, maybe get a bit creative as well. Looking forward to reading your comments. Don't forget, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, drop a like on the video, and again, thank you so much for your continued support as we continue to grow our community here, and we will be back on YouTube in the summer for all of our content from the 1st of July. Much love, my friends. Enjoy your evening. If your club is playing in European action this week, I wish you all the best with it, unless you're a United fan, in which case, don't care. Hope you get hammered.